Okay, welcome to our little mini pod, snackable and delicious content to ease your weekly curiosity. I'm Kristen Wenner, joined by Mia Still, and we are just going to jump the hell in.
Let's go. All right, we've got a question from one of our members that is inside our VIP Facebook group. I'm going to have a bit of a chat about it. So she said, I approached a brand for a gifted couple collaboration and they have accepted, which is a win. Yay for her. I'm very pleased at this as it is a brand I really like. But is it fair to say the video can only be used as organic content, and if they want to use it as an ad, they have to pay for it? Not sure how to navigate this. Great question. It comes up quite a bit.
Now, before you go on, Mia, before you go on, for anyone that's just tuned into the podcast, we're talking about UGC, so user-generated content, where a brand is paying our creators to do the content. So just to clear that up, in case you haven't listened to the podcast before, welcome. Please continue.
So, this is a good question that we get all the time. And, a lot of times the brands will want to give you the free product as a gift and not actually pay you money to get the content in return. And sometimes that's great. If it's a product that you really love, you're going to buy anyway, you get practice with your content, perfect. I've done lots of gifted collabs. But generally, sometimes the brands will want to use that content as a paid ad. And it's not wrong to do that if you want them to use it as a paid ad, but it kind of means that they can use it forever. They might make a lot of money from your content and you're not actually getting compensated for it. So it's always good to have a contract even for a gifted collaboration. And generally, I personally will say, yes, you can have the content for your organic social media. So on your TikTok, on your Instagram, even on your YouTube, whatever. But if you want to go and use it and put money behind it and use it as paid media, I'm going to charge usage rights for that. So for every month that you run that ad, I'm going to be charging, generally, I like to charge about 30% of my base rate. So I haven't charged them for the content. They've got the content for free. But if they want to go and run that on their Meta account or TikTok ads, I'm going to charge them 30% of my base rate for every single 30 days that they run that ad. And, they might just say, yep, cool. We're just going to put it on our organic feed, see how it goes. And then if it all of a sudden performs really well, they might be like, oh, I want to turn this into an ad. I'm going to go back to Mia and say, look, I want to run this as an ad. I want 90 days usage. And then you can charge them for that. So whatever that might be. So it's just a good idea. It's a good way to make some money and just have a little bit more control of your content, and you'll have that in your contract. So when you do a gifted collab, you'll say, yes, this is for free in exchange for this product. However, if you want to run it for paid ads, there will be an additional fee of this, and you must ask for permission to do that. So, and also keeping in mind that the old ATO, tax man, you actually get paid, you actually have to pay tax on a gifted item. So you're actually paying tax on that. So that's an expense to you as a creator. So if you get, given $150 bag, you got to pay tax on that. So keep that in mind too when you get gifted products that, got to take that into consideration as well.
Yeah. And so quickly, because we just want to answer these nice and quickly for everybody. I suppose the biggest thing with certainly new content creators is that fear of like, oh, I don't want to go back to the brand. Oh, I feel bad. Maybe I should just take it. So is that something that, you just have your contract ready to go from the very start? It's in there anyway. You send it back and therefore it's written in there. They need to read that and understand that. And then there's a bit of a negotiation, because I know there would be that fear of like, oh, but then what if they say no? And so do you want to just kind of, I suppose, prepare people for what that looks like and give them the confidence just to send the thing, own that space, and feel really comfortable with what they're sending to the brand?
Yeah. Generally, brands will already have knowledge on how it works, and that a contract is a really good idea to cover your butt and cover their butt too. So it's not what's the word? I can't even think of the word. Like, it's not weird to send them a contract. Uncommon. There we go. It's not uncommon for creators to want a contract and to send them that and to want to be paid for. What's the worst that's going to happen is the brand is going to say, oh, look, no. And you're like, okay, no worries. I wasn't going to get paid for it anyway. So don't be afraid. And it also shows, a bit of authority on your side. You're kind of standing up for what you're worth, and that, you're not just going to give your content away willy-nilly and they can do whatever they want with it, because that can cause issues as well. Generally, for organic content anyway, you can't really say, oh, go and put it on your Instagram feed organically for 3 months and then you've got to take it down. Organic content kind of stays on their account, but you just want to make sure in your contract that you say, I don't actually give you permission to use that content in any other way. Cut it up for ads or run ads with it. You just got to save your butt, because you don't want it to come and bite you in a few months' time when, you know, they've plastered your face on a bunch of ads that you didn't agree to.
Yeah. And so if anybody's curious about contracts, inside our community, we have Ange from Startup and Running. Now, she does contracts for UGC creators, and inside our community, we've also got the course that talks through how you actually set up UGC and contracts and all that kind of stuff. So if you need any help, just send us a DM or reach out to Ange from Startup and Running. But that's all. That's our little snackable, delicious piece of content for you. And we're going to go.
All right. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Sick job, mate. Shit podcast. There's so many good ones too.